Right. So this is a presentation on how our POS system works. But before we do that, I just want us to take a brief look at the company behind this. So the company is it's Webcoms, right? And uh, Webcoms is a leading technology specializing in providing cutting-edge solutions to organizations across various industries with commitment to innovation and focus on excellence. Webcoms has established itself as a leader in the field of cutting-edge IT solutions, tailored to augment legacy solutions whilst looking into the future. So basically, that is who we are and what we want to achieve. So briefly into our vision to be the most customer-centric, innovative IT solutions company, delivering on much value to organizations and individuals. So this is what we do as in our products. We provide ERP solutions, cybersecurity solutions, mobile development, website development, CCTV installations, end-to-end call center solutions for seamless customer engagement. All right. So basically, what it means is call center with CRM, that kind of, and then we have we do networking as well for all kinds. So these are some of the companies that we presently deal with, right? So that is their logos. And then these are ERP presentations and all. This is like a Starlink installation that we do, okay, for our Starlink customers and all that. All right, so let us deal with the POS system, okay? So the POS system architecture, this is how it's meant to be, but um, there are certain installations that were done with customers that some of these integrations have not been done, right? But then locally, this is your POS machine, and then that's you connect to a router, right? The router is supposed to have like internet on it, but if there is no internet, you have your connectivity from the server, right? That connects straight to the router. So irrespective of whether there is internet or no internet, your local connectivity between your POS machine and that of the server is always available. Okay, it's always available. So the other thing also is that um, we provide what we call a VPN connection, right? Provide a VPN connection, and that VPN connection is to enable you sitting here to have access to the local server, right? Irrespective of wherever your location is. But then it has to go through the internet, right? And then we have like a VPN, we have a VPN server that is located in a cloud, okay? So we give you access to that VPN server so that your local server would be able to route to you at any other location where you find yourself. Okay. This service is like has a subscription. That's an annual subscription. So it's something that you would request for it, and that is if it is needed. But if it is not, then your SMA, what's it called, POS system would definitely be local. Like it's only accessible in the shop, right? So let's go straight into the software itself so that you see how the software is and understand the workflows that goes on. So let me bring the software up. So okay, so this is the software. So I'm just going to log in as the admin, right? Okay, so this is the software. So you have a dashboard, right? That shows you your sales against your purchases. Okay, so that's the purchase line against your sales. So at least it gives you an idea of what you are doing in terms of your purchases and your sales. Good. The next thing also is you have the menus on the left hand side, and then you have some icons that also augment the menus at the top here as well, right? So if you hover over it, it tells you exactly what the menus, the icons represents. Icons represents, right? So in the product section, you have like the product lists, add products, import products, product by what's called adjustments, stock count, right? And then when it comes to the sales, right, we have what we call like uh, what's it called? Add insurance. Insurance adding is sales. Okay, in that this is like what's it called? Uh, how do I put it? A carry forward kind of payment where you give the drug some credit and then you get paid at the end of the month. That's the insurance thing. So what you do is that you add insurance, click on add insurance, and then you have the various fields that you have to fill. I mean, this is just like just introducing you to what the system is capable of doing. But then, I mean, like a clear training will be organized in terms of will be tailored towards what your workflows would be. So you have the purchases side where you add your purchases, as in purchases that you make. And you know the purchases has two legs. That is your accounting side and then that of your what's called your stock side, right? So if you look at this, this is a section where you add your purchases, right? So if you first and foremost have to select a supplier, and then after that you what's it called insert the products that you you're going to buy. So if sorry, it says first I should select a supplier. Do I have a supplier? Let me go to my supplier list and see if I've got multiple people. List supplier. Some suppliers. Okay, I have some suppliers here. Okay. Right. So let me go back to purchases. Add purchases. Let's see. Why is my supplier not coming up? My supplier is not coming up. Oh, sorry. Okay, I was okay. So, oh, let me put it this way. Let's see. Okay, okay. Right. So that is it. So you select your supplier, and then you type in the product, right? And then you select the expiry of the product, right? And then that is the quantity and all that. Okay, right. But then the thing is, it's giving you a unit cost. But ideally, on the receipt, if the unit cost isn't what is on the invoice that was given to you by the supplier, you can always click on the pencil here and then change the unit cost so that at the end of the day, you are able to calculate the unit cost that um, sums up to what you have on your invoice. Okay. Then we've got transfers, returns, and then people. We'll deal with people, okay, in terms of setting up people, okay, and then customers and then suppliers. Then we have our reports as well here, okay. So with the report, right, let's look at register reports. So basically what the POS, um, the software itself is basically for selling. So and it is sold through a register. Okay, so at the end of the day, you are supposed to see all your sales that you've done. So I just want to show you a peep. Okay, so what it is that you have you have what's it called? You have the the cash. in hand, as in like when you open the register, right? And then when we say POS sale, POS is basically the credit card sale. And then when we say Momo, obviously it's all what's it called? Payment that has been done by mobile money. And then this is payments that have been done by cash. Then at the end of the day, you have the total, right? And then if there are any notes that were submitted, you do that as well. So that's how the register report is. It's like this is a dummy. So I mean, obviously all these fields will be filled together, right? Then the next thing also is let's go into the. I'm only touching on the um, a few points that are I think that are important. Okay, in terms of the sales, what the system is meant for. So then we go into let's go into um, settings. There's a lot of menus that we'll be working with, but then everything will be explained. But I'm just going through what the workflow is and all those things. So we'll go to group permissions. Okay, these are questions that people do ask a lot. So when we go to group permissions, when you go to sales, right, this is like the default group. What's it called? Yes, permissions that come with the system. Okay, not with this one. This was just created. Sorry, this was created. But for instance, if you pick on sales, right, and you click on this icon here to set permissions up, right? These are the permissions that are allowed. Okay, so basically, insurance, PO, and POS is for POS management. And then there's this thing here called register actions, right? I'll explain those register actions, okay, in the POS itself. Register actions is quite important because there's been a what's it called? It's actually a request that we did some time back for a customer which is yet to be implemented. But what it is that say for instance if we set this what's it called POS, sorry, we set this permissions for a salesperson. Let's set a sales what's it called user. So let's go to people and then add a user, right? For instance, I'll call the user sales, right? Last name sales, mail companies web coms, sorry, and select a phone number. Let me just change it because it can't be the same. The email can also not be the same. Let me add just the one thing. So the username is sales and the password is SA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So the status is active. Then here you select the permission. So this is the group permission. So I'm selecting sales permission. Then I'll select the biller. That is because the system is able to allow you to set multiple different billers. Billers means the shop front, right? So you can have 3, 4, 5 different shop fronts, right? And then you would have to associate the user with a particular warehouse where they can sell from, right? So that is it here. And then here we are telling the user to be able to edit all right, or sorry, be able to see every record, right? From different what's it called users. But then in this case we only say a user should be able to see his or her own records, right? So we click on own records. Then edit, right? Is the user allowed to do a bit of editing or whatever? Okay, then we say no to that. Then discount, is the user allowed to set up discounts and the rest? We say no or yes. Okay, so basically what it means is that this here is a permission control and these ones here are also permission controls, right? So you have to be very particular about them as well. Okay, so this is the main permission control and then these ones are also permission controls that we see here as well, right? So if it is that we have like a mail system that we want the user to receive this what's it called login details by email, we do that. But on local servers, we would have to install like an SMTP server to be able to do that, right? That is if you are interested in doing so. so that reports and all those things can also be sent to you. Okay, so this we don't have like a local server. I'm actually doing this from my laptop. So what we do is that we just click on add. Okay, so what it does is that it adds the user. Okay, it adds the user to the system, right? So let's log out and then log in, and then so that we can go into that user. So it's sales, and then let's see, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we've logged in. So ideally, these are the things that the user or the sales user is able to see in their dashboards. They're able to see quantity alerts and then expiry this thing report, right? They're able to see quantity alerts and expiry reports. And then they're able to add customers, list see customers and then add customers. Okay. Then they are able to do quotations. Okay. They are able to what's it called, add quotations and see quotations. And then sales, they're able to do what's it called, insurance. Okay, they're able to add insurance, you get it, and then set up deliveries, right? And then these are incentives like gift cards or whatever, but it's also something that we need to set up. So these are the things that they what's it called, and then we have the product, so we're able to list product. So when you click on list products, right, you realize that they are not able to see like prices of these products. They only see quantities that are available. And then in terms of racks, right? If let's say for instance during these setup processes, we are able to what's it called, add racks. That is, if your you are able to you are able to give rack names to your shelves. Okay, then obviously we are able to put the names of these rack names beside the what's it called, the items, so that everybody knows if somebody is searching for something, they'll be able to know where exactly that is. Okay, then we can also add brands and all those stuff to everything. And category, product category as well. You can also do that. So these are quantities. They don't see prices and the rest. Now, this is where they sell. Okay, we go to POS. And then what we say cash in hand is when you are opening the register. So we can say a cash in hand of 100 cedis as change. Then we click on open. So this is the area of selling, right? Now, in the past, we used to have closed register and all those icons at the top here. But what we've done, because of the what's it called, the role that I showed, that is the register report, what's it called, role. I've not ticked it, so it means that if I don't tick it, they don't have access to close registers. Okay, they don't have. All they need to do is just sell. So this is it to sell. So for instance, you oh, sorry, it's out of this thing. We don't have it. Okay, so we have this one. So it means that when we don't have items, we are not able to sell. That is, we do that in the setup. But you can do what we call overselling. That is, if you think that your stocks are not that very accurate, and you don't want to people to what's it called, not sell through the system when the thing is on the shelf. It means that you always have to make sure your stocks are accurate, because we can decide to tell the system not to do overselling, that is, not to sell anything that is not in the system. You get my point? So you always have to do what we call mini stock takes all the time. Anytime there's new items being added, you do a mini stock take before you add those new items, that kind of a thing. You get it? So this is it. So let's say for instance we are selling this. We go to payments and then select, right? We go to payments and then select, if it is mobile money, we select mobile money. You can decide to keep the person's number in here, okay, just for reference. It comes on the receipt as well, okay, just for reference, and you just submit. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, and then go back to POS. So that is sold, and then let me do another sale. Okay, add payment. Then I can decide to select what's it called? Uh, Credit card. Right? This one allows you to, but I mean, I'm not sure anybody will allow you to do that. So if it is POS, use your POS machine, but you just need to tell the system that you sold through credit card and you just submit it. Right? And then close it back. Then we do another sale again. Ideally, I'm not supposed to just need to add. If it's the same thing, just type three quantity three. And then so this is cash. And you submit it. So we go back. Now, because the user does not have the ability, okay, to close this register, because for instance, if you are, what's it called, you're working on shift, right? You're not, the user is supposed to close so that someone else is able to, what's it called, use the till, right? But because it's not possible for that user, then it needs to be closed by a manager or an administrator or anything of that sort. What you need to do is that when they close, you would you would log into the admin side, okay, and then go to here, up here. So that's the admin side. You open registers, right? And these are registers. These are registers that has already been opened, okay. So you need to close the register. So this is the register that we just worked with. This one here. So you click on close register here. So it gives you whatever they have done. So you will check with your what's it called, the till, whatever money they've given you. You do your checks and all that to get my point. And then afterwards, you just click on close register, and then it closes the register. So you then go to your register reports, right, just to uh, confirm, right. So this is we here, right. This is we up here, okay. The cash in hand is not part of the closing money. You understand? So, I mean, obviously, that 100 cities always have to be left in the till, right? So this is the actual sales that you've made. So, in a nutshell, that is how the registers work with that of the. So, in terms of reports, you have what we have a lot of reports here. Brand reports. I mean, that is if you are doing by brand, what brand is doing well and all that, you are able to. And then you have what we call daily sales, right? So this is the daily sales thing. So this is what we've done, right? When you click on up here, right, you're able to get what we call your P&L, right? To see straight away your profit. You get it from what you've made. You get it. There are a lot of reports as well. I mean, for instance, when you go to list products, right? There's and then you go to say you pick, let's say, an item, and you want to see how the item is doing, right? You can go to product details, okay, and then look at sales that has been done on this product, right? And purchases that you've done so far. I mean, this I'm sure this product we just loaded this product in as I think we did some adjustments and all that. And then you look at the charts as well. Okay, you have these charts to also show you your sales against your. I mean, like your sales. How is doing by what's it called, months. How your sales is doing in terms of the various months. Okay, so you have that one here as well. I mean, the sales that has been done so far on these items, quotations that has been done, purchases that has been done. This particular item, I'm sure, came in through what's it called, an opening stock or something, right? Yeah. So in a nutshell, that is that. So like I said, when we roll you up, I mean, all these menus and all these things will be made very clear. And then, you can also take it from there. And it also depends on your workflows. So that is the yeah. Now there's another thing that I also wanted to also take you through, and that is you know, in the pharmacist side, we tend to have this problem with units of sale, units of sale, and it's also a big problem for receiving of these items. Now, let me go into. I'm just trying to bring out some of these issues that had really come up with some customers of mine using the system. So when you come into settings, right, and you go into settings, for instance, yeah, there's this accounting method here, okay, that we use. Okay, we have first in, first out, and last in, last out, and then I mean these are all geared towards costing, okay, of the product. What I tend to do is to use the average costs, okay, because it strikes an average between the number of times that you've bought an item, okay, bought an item. Now, um, when we are setting up what's it called, products in the system, right? Let me click on add product. Yeah. So ideally, this section is for the barcode because it has to be unique. Okay, this section is the barcode. Now you do the product name. What I want to touch on is this bit here. Okay, product unit. Okay, product unit. Default sale of product, and then default purchase. Okay, these are very key towards helping us to achieve this per strip, per tap, and all that. Okay, so first and foremost, what you do is that you go into settings here. You go into settings and then go to units, right? So I'm just going to do something for there's a product called Duromine. Duromine. I hope I'll get the spelling correct. There's a product called Duromine. What I know of is that it's about it's about is it 1,002 a box, and then it's retailed at around it's 30 pieces. Sorry, yes, 30 taps. Okay, in that box, and then you have the sold one for 40 cedis or something. Just giving you an idea. So first and foremost, let's try and set this product up. So we add the unit for this product. Okay, so let's call this unit uh, D D Drumming box. Okay, the same name for the what's it called, the unit. Let's call it Drumming box, and then we don't select any base unit. We add that. Then let's select a unit called uh, T Drumming. No, let me put it this way: D tab, as in per tab. Okay, that's the unit. Oh, shush, sorry. Let me add this again. Let's do D tab, and let's type D tab. And this time around, what we do is that we look for the deroaming box. Okay, D box that is here as the base unit. Then now what it does is that is it do we multiply or do we divide? So we divide. Okay, we divide by what? How many in a box? As 30. Put that 30 in here. You get it? So we add to submit. Okay, so we know that Durmin is per tab, and when we are when we want to purchase it, we'll purchase it in a box. Or when we are selling it, we sell it per strip. So let's go and set the product up. Right. So we click on add the product, and then we type Durmin. hope I get the spelling correct. Then we set up the code, and like I said, the product code can be the barcode. And if it doesn't have a barcode, all you need to do is to just click on this icon to generate the product code. Then if there's a secondary name for it, okay, we do that. Then if we have a brand for it, let's say it's Pfizer or whatever. I don't know where it comes from. But then we select the category. Is it an OTC, what's it called? I'll call it OTC, right? But then you can add a lot of categories for it. Does it have a subcategory? It doesn't. Now, the product unit, right, is the product unit is you have to select the D box. Okay, so immediately you select the D box, you now have to change. That says default sale unit is what? Per tab. Default purchase unit is per box. Okay, so let's make this clear here. Default sale unit. Okay, so then what you do is that you have you will see what's the product cost. Okay, so like I said, the product cost could be, let's say, 1,000 cedis, right? And then the product price per box could be 1,002. Okay, all right. So let's do it this way. Okay, and then alert quantity, if there's 2 boxes left, it has to alert us. Okay, now these other things are the system is able to fuse in like what's it called, an e-commerce website, but I mean not for now. If we have the e-commerce site, but then we've not plugged that in yet. So I mean, if it's something that you're interested in, we can also do that. So then we click on add. Okay, so now we need to go and purchase. We need to go and purchase this item, right? So let's go to purchases and then add purchase. Okay, add purchase. Yes, we go to add purchase, and then let's select the supplier. Okay, now later on I'll explain some of these what's it called, these things to you in terms of status. Okay, received, pending, ordered, and all that. Okay, this is also very good for the manager in terms of things that needs to be ordered and immediately comes into the system, and then you change the status from ordered to receive and all that. Okay, but then later on I'll do that. Then you select the supplier. So if let's say the supplier is Pedita, right? What we do is that look for, is it Duromine? Where is it? Duromine. Yeah, this one here. Okay. Select the what's it called? The expiry date. So let's say in 2 years time. Let's say 2 years time. Right. Yes. So that's the expiry. Then that's the quantity. So straight away we are buying in a box. See that it's giving us the box price. So straight away we are buying in a box. Okay. And what's it called? So that is it here. Whatever is, if we have the payment terms of maybe 30 days, we put that there so that at least we know that we are giving 30 days to pay, or if it is that we don't have any payment terms, to take it off. Okay, if it was a discount that was given us, if it's something that has to do with tax or whatever, we do that, or shipping and all that. So we just click on submit, right? So we've bought Duromine quantity, blah blah blah, and we've not paid yet. Okay, if we've paid, we just go to actions and say what, add payment, right? And then we just click on submit. And if there's any reference that we have to make in terms of what's it called, the receipts or whatever, or the yes, or the invoice, we can always attach it to it so that it gives you a bit of reference as well. Okay, so that is it. Then let's go to our salesperson. Sales. Okay. Password. Okay. So we go to our POS. Remember, we close the POS for the salesperson, so it's closed now. So we open the till again. We open it, and then let's look for an item called drawing. So we realize that straight away it is selling in strips for us. Straight away selling in strips for us. Okay, so we do all this at the back end for these guys to just sell, not like they will be doing the calculations to what's it called, how much is per strip and all those things. And I can, yeah. So straight away the system, they are able to do that. Now we do notice that um, we were the ones that put in the selling price. We were the ones that put in the selling price, but in a situation where we want to what's it called, though put in the selling price, right, but then we want to increase the price by percentage. Okay, we want to increase the price by percentage. What we do is that uh, what we do is that let's go back to the admin side. What we do is that we we go to settings again, right, and then we have what we called the customer groups, right? We have what we call the customer groups. So when we click on the customer groups, you do notice that this here are the customer groups, and then these are the percentages that we assign. So normally what we do is that we assign percentages, profit percentages or margin percentages to what's it called, per customer, right? So the default percentage for the system is the general one here, which is here. And normally you set it up in the settings. So when you come to settings, right, you realize that the default customer group is general, but we can always change it. Okay, we can always change it here. So when you come to the customer group, right? Say for instance, we want to change the general to, let's say, adding a margin of 10%. Okay, sorry, adding a margin of, let's say, 10%, right? You say apply as product discount. Only but we are not going to, the user is not allowed what's it called, discount. So I'm going to do that. So we click on edit. So now the general user group, which is the walk-in customer, would have like 10% on top of the sales price that we did. Okay, we did for the roaming what's it called, item. So let's go back to um, the sales. Okay, so what we do is that when we go to POS, right, we didn't close the till, okay, because we've not done any here. So here, what you do is that let's look for do roaming. So that's it there. So now you realize that it's added 10% to that of the what's it called, because the other one with no percentage was 40 cities. Now it's added what's it called, four cities to it as another margin, okay, on top of this. You get my point. So in a nutshell, this is how easy it is, okay, to set up what's it called, items that we sell per strip. I would really wish that we are able to take our time to put all our product list and everything properly together, so that at the end of the day we get like good data. Okay, because the problem we have most often is this, that um, you you do your P&L, right, and then you realize that your P&L is in negative. Okay, based on the fact that how the items are being sold and how the items are being received in the system. Because if it is that we are not breaking these into strips, right, then it means that we are receiving the items in the box price, but then at the same time also we are selling the item in strips, which at the end of the day it is not going to work well in terms of the P&L. Okay, in terms of the P&L. So I would wish that all the items that we sell in boxes and in strips and all that, I mean, like tabs and whatever, I mean, we'll be able to put our sheet together properly. Okay, so you put your items, you list your items. I mean, I'll be sharing a product list sheet to you that we can upload straight into the system. But what I need you to do is that you, for now, do your product list, your items that you are selling in per strip, per tab, and all those things. You get it? And then what you can do is that you put all those things together so that we can upload into the system. So I mean, and let me also say that I mean all we are we are available to always try and customize something to suit something. Okay, because those who use the system initially would bear the fact that I mean these other things that have been introduced in the system is not that was not originally in and all that. So I mean these are things that uh, you could look at, and then anything that you think would be helpful, be it security wise, be it what's it called, customer focus wise, and all those things. Let us know, and then we'll be able to put those things together for you. So thank you very much.